Hi everyone. How is everyone doing? Talk about anything you will like. Let's just have fun. That's it. Hello, number one. Hi, Anna. You got two? I got two. What? How are you doing? Hope you're doing good. Yeah, I had to probably. They come and they go. They don't like me. I'm doing good. Now I got two. What part of Canada are you from? I live in the States. I'm from good old Pennsylvania. If you guys don't mind, ring my bell and share my channel out. Let's get people in here. Oh my. I every once in a while I sit in my house and I smell this perfume and and I smell the perfume and it's of the lady my mom hung with. We used to call her Aunt Linda. It smelled just like her perfume she always wore. Yeah, I've done that. But not get sick, it just reminds me of my Aunt Linda. What part of Canada? Once in a while, I guess The smell of leather. It reminds me of my great aunt's boyfriend. Oh, very cheap perfume. Oh, okay. I think I sent you a friend's request on Facebook. I think I did send you a Facebook request. What was that? Not on Facebook? Okay, then it wasn't you. You're banned for life? Wow. So if you want to get a. Hmm. Oh, okay. I gotta go to the restroom. I'll be right back. Hello, Vince. How are you doing, Vince? I hope you're doing good. Well, 3 and 4, 2 and 3. Hello, all four of you that are here. One might be Belinda, my wifey. Hi, Mike. It's us lurking. I knew it. How did I know that? Okay. Lurk, lurk, and lurk. I'm gonna have to start calling you Lurk from the what's that show? Adam's family. You're the butler. So, what is everyone doing for Easter? Anybody that comes in that wants to. Anybody wants to. That's all you're going to do tomorrow? Tomorrow's Easter Sunday. Well, if you want, come on up here and join us. We like to hear strange stories. I read stories. I read ghost stories, history stories, and other things. Campfire stories. But you got to show yourself, Anna. I got to see you when you come up. Hey, cowgirl. Oh, hello, David. Oh, won't you send me some? Send me some holy water, David. I didn't feel good earlier. I had a headache. That's why I didn't go live. Not from books. Good. Better. That's better. Do you? I gotta take my equipment in the other room and sage it. Big Bird. Hello, Big Bird.
Hello.
Your
Cheers, everyone. Yes, I have many crazy paranormal stories.
good. Be great to hear some.
I started out funny when I was, realized I was funny at 4.5.
You're halfway blocked. We can only see half of your face.
Oh, I see, my teeth is in the way. There we go. Wait,
There we are.
I can't tell if it's right or wrong now. There we
Well,
go.
that's good.
Yeah, I've been funny since I was about 4.5 when I realized it, but I didn't realize it. Hello, David. Until I was about 18 when someone gave me um, my tarot deck.
Oh,
And it came with 3 books. And I skimmed through the books, and I mean, skimmed through and immediately started doing readings and
wow.
was never wrong. Then a month later, someone gave me a palm reading book. And again, the same thing. I skimmed through it and started reading palms. And I was never wrong. And then I sat down and started thinking about all the strangeness throughout my life and realized this isn't anything new. It's just something that I'm understanding or trying to understand. What the hell? And when I would do readings, it would literally freak me out in the
Hmm.
beginning because I was so correct and didn't know how because I'd
Right.
never studied the books in the tarot cards. I never studied the palm reading book. I just skimmed through all books, and there I was reading palms. And I remember one
Dang.
time going to my sister's when I think I was 23, and she had 2 fellas there. And I didn't know them from a hole in the ground, never met them before in my life. And I walk into her door, and instead of introducing me as this is my sister, she immediately says, "This is my sister. She thinks she's psychic." So right away, the 2 fellas said to me, "Well, if you're psychic, how old are we?" So I looked at them both, and if you open your door, I can go in. And I looked at the one fella and I said, "Well, you're 23." Literally blew him away because he was 23.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
But the other fella, he was standing there deliberating in his head because he was 23 at the moment, but his birthday was the following week. So he was
Oh,
standing there trying to decide if he wanted to be 22 or 23 because his birthday
right.
was so close. So, of course, he's looking at me like, "Well, come on, tell me how old I am." And I said, "Well, you're 22, but your birthday's next week. So you're standing there deciding whether you want to be 22 or 23." And of course, it literally blew him away because that's exactly what he was doing. And you know, my sister never, ever again said to anyone, "This is my sister. She thinks she's psychic."
I I think your sister changed her mind.
Well, she knew better from years before, but
Oh,
because I had also predicted something else,
hi
family
Angela. Hi Big Bambino.
family oriented that had come true. So, but I'll tell you
Happy
my
Easter, everyone.
happy Easter, everyone, Sacramento
That's Angela.
and Big Bambino. But when
She's
I lived on my own when I was 16.
mm,
And at 16 and a half, I moved in with this young girl who was a half a year younger than myself. And we were two totally different people.
Wow.
I was 16, didn't do drugs, didn't drink alcohol. I smoked cigarettes and I swore. So I thought I was cool, right?
Right.
And I worked. We both worked at the same place. She ended up getting fired.
Hmm.
One night she brought this girl home. I come home from work and there's this girl sitting in our living room, and the two of them suggest having a Ouija board session. Now, I had always steered clear of anything like that. But for some stupid reason, I went along with
I'm
it.
not. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at Angela. She says, "Hi, everyone. Hi, Terry. You too, bird."
Well, thanks. That's my nickname.
I think that's why I was laughing. You too, bird. She's our comedian.
Well, I'm a comedian too.
She likes to liven things up.
So they suggest having this Ouija board session. Now, we didn't have any Ouija board, so we ripped up a bunch of paper and somebody went and got pencils and we started writing the letters
Mm-hmm.
on these ripped pieces of paper. Now, this new girl that had came along was telling a story about a native fella. And she's told a story about his hand. And now all I remember
Okay, Angela.
of what
It
she
says
said.
Big Bird.
Yes, that's my name.
Angela has a hard time seeing stuff, so it's Big Bird. That big yellow bird on Sesame Street.
Mm, yep, that's me. But she's telling us about this native fella. Something about his hand when I guess when he first started, whatever they were doing, he could close his hand down to his palm and touch his fingers to
Oh,
his palm. And I know everybody is now doing it. And
yeah.
that's what all I remember of that story was her talking about this native fella and how he could close his palm, his fingers to it and touch the palm. And then after whatever happened, he couldn't. Well, then she says, think about somebody you would like to bring forward. So I start thinking of a friend of mine's mother who had passed away. And I used to have a little gold wedding band on this baby finger that I'd found in a park when I was a kid. And I was sitting there thinking, Mrs. Witzel, if you are here, please. No, I had it on my left finger. That's right. If you are here, please put my ring on my other hand. Now, we're in an old apartment and it had French doors with great big,
Mm-hmm.
huge flowered curtains on these French doors.
Wow.
And as I'm thinking of her taking the ring from one hand to the other hand, the next thing I see is these two girls carrying me onto the bed. Now I'm floating over in the corner in the ceiling watching this as they're carrying me over onto the bed. And of course, I don't understand what's going on. And they've laid me like I've died with my hands folded across my chest.
Hmm.
And I'm now screaming. And I don't know if my voice is being heard, if anybody can hear me. And I see them leave the room, and then I see them come back, and they've got a Bible in their hand. And they put that Bible in my right hand and fold my left hand over top. And I'm watching this from the ceiling. Now remember, I'm 16 and a half years old, watching myself on the bed.
Hmm.
And I don't see them anymore. All I see is them put the Bible on my in my hand. So I immediately think I'm dead or I'm dying or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the next thing I know, my left hand starts moving to my left. And it doesn't end until it stops straight out to the left of me. And once it's completely straight out to my side, my right hand with the Bible in it starts moving. And I'm watching from the ceiling. And it, of course, extends as far as it will go. And I'm on the bed watching from the ceiling, screaming, screaming at the top of my lungs, not knowing if my voice is being heard. I don't know where they got the Bible from. All I know is I'm laying on the bed in the form of a cross, screaming, not knowing if anybody is even hearing me. The next thing I remember, I'm walking through the door at work. I don't remember getting up. I don't remember getting dressed. I don't remember getting washed. Nothing. I don't remember going to the bathroom. All I remember is walking through the door at work and my boss looking at me with this very worried look on her face. And she asked me if I'd been beat up. And I said, no, I haven't. And
Hmm.
she was quite concerned. And I walked into the bathroom and I remember looking in the bathroom, but I don't remember seeing. And I remember nothing for that whole week. Nothing. Going to or from work, talking to anybody. I don't remember anybody's conversation, a customer, a food order, nothing. Absolutely nothing for the whole week. And I contacted the one girl a few years back to ask her about this. Like, why the Bible? Did you think I was dead? And when I finally contacted her, she was living in England and claimed she didn't remember anything. Now, how do you not remember something like that?
Yeah, really.
You know what I mean? If you're involved in something like that, you would remember that through your whole life. Do you remember?
Angela has Angela's been taken over too with demonic in this house. She has demonic in her house.
Yes, I was almost taken over online one time. I was in a paranormal chat room and we had two guests. And their name was Fire and Ice. And I would
I
really
heard
like,
of them.
I'd like to get back in contact with them to see how she was feeling after that show. Because the show was about NDE and OBE. And we all know that's near death experience or out of body
Right.
experience. And I had posted something in there that I had done. So, because the show was 2 hours long, I'd forgotten what I had posted at the beginning of the show, claiming that I had pushed somebody away that had approached me through OBE.
Yeah, you told me that. Angela's been dead twice.
Well, they tried controlling me through the computer, and it didn't work. I ended up pushing her back.
You said that group was called Fire and Ice?
Yep, yep. I don't know if they've even got the balls to, pardon the French, to carry on claiming what they could do after they met me. And I'm not even trained.
I don't even know what to do.
It was a husband and wife team.
Does Frank Franzetta sound familiar?
Yep,
Frank?
yep. I used to do shows with him and help shut down his channel. That's when we had real chat rooms and not YouTube things. And he used to actually pay me in birdseed.
Wow, Angela. Yeah, I had my gallbladder removed. Was allergic to the anesthesia. Oh, okay. Wow. My daughter can't handle that either.
Yeah, my younger brother was allergic to Demerol. No,
Ooh, I
yeah, it
like that stuff.
was one of those pills, and he had a migraine one time, and he was visiting, and somebody gave him a pill he was allergic to, and he was out for like 4 or 5 hours.
Mmm.
Yeah, they learned
Yeah,
the
pretty
valuable
soon
lesson.
I'm gonna be doing on this picture. It's a death picture of a baby. I'm gonna do a stream about it. Find out what's going on with it. And Angela, you better be here. Angela didn't know anything about that picture. Boy, was she right on.
So, wow, you were dead for 10 minutes?
Wow. That's a long time. Okay, I will remind you.
Why not just ask?
She says, remind me.
No, I mean
Yeah, you.
ask the picture who,
Uh,
if they
I,
want you to know,
I
they
want to
will.
find out. I want to find out the name of her too, the little girl.
That's what I mean. If you ask her and she really wants you to know, she will tell you.
She was upset with me for a while. I can tell you that.
Mhm.
I had to put a picture back in there. She was mad because I took that picture out,
Yes.
so I got to put it back in. No, it's in, but it took me a while to get it back in. But I haven't had any migraine headaches since then. Old nurse settled on top of me to revive when I was pulling out of it. All I saw her do was slap my face, telling me to stay with her. And I was all like, fuck this. I was about to go out, back out. Angela, she come up with some good ones, but I wouldn't want a nurse over me. Get the hell off me. You're too heavy. You're too fat. Nurses we have in our hospital seems like they don't care.
I don't know. There's some good ones and some bad ones. And if you
Well,
notice, the light behind me kind of changes all the time.
mm-hmm. We have
One
a
minute,
nurse up there. Me and Dawn calls her Brillo pad. Her hair looks like a big old Brillo pad.
My brother had hair like that.
She she was mean.
Do you see the lighting behind me? How it's
Yeah.
changing?
I feel like there's something in that corner back there.
Well, there's a tea service here that belonged to a family of four. They came visiting when I brought it home. And I've got pictures of dad in full apparition and the three kids, or pardon me,
I gotta
mom
read this.
and I believe two children, a boy and a girl.
You should get those pictures out sometime and we'll take a look at them if I know how to work the thing. Okay. Angela. But it was
Yeah,
weird seeing over my body when they were doing the surgery and then all the sudden stuck in this pitch black like box, not allowed to move. I couldn't move at all. Then all of a sudden, the bright hallway, I don't like to walk down long hallways now for some reason. She was a
small
small
little thing.
little thing.
See, when I went through those big flowered curtains,
Mm-hmm.
the reason I thought I was dead or was dying was there
Hmm.
was no light. It was just pure black void. And that scared the hell right out of me. There was no white
Wow.
light, right? So I thought, oh my God,
Oh,
I'm dying because there's no white light on the other side to save me. So be
I
grateful
wonder
you
where
have that bright light.
Miss Colleen is. No, she'd be still working.
Yeah, you can find Fire and Ice online, but I don't think they're um, doing any more live shows.
Hmm. I'm gonna look them up later.
But that's only the second time I've mentioned their name because I didn't
And you have
want
to, like I said, I feel something in that corner. For some reason, I can't take my eyes off of it.
where the red
Like I'm,
curtain is.
yeah, that corner there. There's something
That's where
there.
that's where the tea service is.
Angela, can you see anything in that corner? I got a very low immune system when I was 7. I got sick and died in the car. My grandpa was on the way to the hospital of an earache, and the doctor brought way back. There's a little boy there. Before you have bring the pictures, something outside of the trailer. I sense always lurking. Then there's a little girl that's getting upset because the other picture. Do you understand that? Something about the pictures you took.
I don't understand that.
That's not that's not put back behind the picture, and she's going to get more pissed off and cause more problems. The picture is behind her.
Okay, the picture you took
I
of.
have a little boy here. His name's Alex.
Okay, was there two
He's in
pictures?
there. She's talking to me.
Yeah, that's what I know that.
Yeah, I did put the picture back in, but I'm gonna have to take it back out to tape in some pieces.
Yes, I think it went dormant also.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
I
have a
agree on
Ouija
that.
board.
See,
My Ouija
do you
board's
know,
right here.
I when I was 22, a friend of mine and I went to an auction, and
I got my Ouija board right here.
I don't want to see it. There was a
You
Ouija
don't want to
board
see
in the box,
it.
in
Oh,
one of
I
the
ain't gonna
boxes.
take it out. I ain't gonna take it out. And my granddaughter is not here, so I won't take it out.
Well, I wanted that Ouija board. No idea why after that 16-and-a-half-year-old incident, but I wanted that
Mhm.
Ouija board. So she wanted another box to bid on. So we wangled that Ouija board from the one box into the box that she wanted to bid on. She
Hmm.
got the box. Home we went with the Ouija board. As soon as I opened the door to go into our apartment, God said, "No, you can't have that Ouija board in here, and you will not be using it." And I immediately put it in the cupboard.
Okay.
And she's looking at me. My roommate's looking at me like, "Are you nuts? We just did all that finagling to get that friggin' Ouija board for you, and now you don't want it?" I said, "Nope, get it out of the house." So she called her sister, and her sister came and took it because they'd already had
Okay.
their house Ouija board incident that grew up with her sister and was attached to her. So she took the Ouija board, and nothing more was said of it. And I don't know whatever became of it. But that was that for my second round of Ouija board. All it did was
Mhm.
make it home, and that was it. It was out the door. No, whenever someone mentions Ouija boards, I run because you're calling something you cannot see. You don't know if it's a negative or a positive energy.
Right.
And that's pretty scary. And when people go into um, haunted places and demand spirit talk to them or whatever,
Oh
you don't
yeah,
know,
the ones that you don't
you don't
demand
know
them.
if that spirit is a negative energy or a positive energy. And you don't know how
Mhm.
much energy, not only that they have, but how much they can take from you.
Mhm.
So,
Well, Angela, exactly. Angela says exactly. I'm gonna put up there. Terry's After Dark special guest, Big Bird.
oh, well, thank you. I don't know how special I am, but all of
No, I have a
everything I say, I've experienced.
I have a little boy that lives here. His name's Alex Krucher. Krucher. He lived in Iowa, but his mom killed him. He
Oh,
did tell me that. And he said he was living underneath my trailer. He said, and it's cold out. He's only 6 years old.
oh, wow,
He doesn't cause no problems here. He's a good little boy.
that's good. Well, all I've had is the four here, the
Hmm.
family, because when I first moved in to this apartment, the first thing I did was sat on the floor against this
Wow.
wall behind me, and I
Who
talked to
has
spirit.
the door? Angela, who has the door? Her, Big Bird, or me?
That's right. You have to keep your doors closed.
I was just asking if it's you or me.
Well, I think she's just talking about the closing of our doors, which is our minds, so that people
Oh,
can't step in. Like when I went to get my driver's license, here's a good example of that. Um, I took Young Drivers of Canada, and we were driving down this street, and the instructor turns to me and says, "What'd that sign say back there?" Well, I wasn't paying attention to the sign back there.
what pisses you off?
I was paying attention to the road. And luckily, she opened her door and told me what the sign said. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had a clue. So sometimes it's good that people leave their doors open, but other times it's not so good.
Right. Yeah, I told me his name, first and last name. I looked it up, and it was true.
Wow,
His,
eh?
he comes through on the Ouija board mostly. I do see his shadows once in a while, like he's running up and down the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
I see that.
I've had spirit come forward and chat with me. I had a young lad here one time, and his grandfather and his aunt, who were good friends of mine, also came forward and asked me to give him something. So I looked at him and I said, "Michael, I know this is going to sound strange, but I've got Grandpa Jack and Aunt Mary here beside me." And you know, he took it as no big deal. It didn't freak him out. He didn't look at me like I was crazy. He
I
looked,
know, Angela. You don't have a minute to yourself.
yeah, see, you
She
got to
has
close the doors.
she has scratch marks inside her closets. Her one closet.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. Her place
Wow.
is very alive.
So, yes, so sounds like you've got a very negative energy and a possible portal. So you got to figure out. Obviously, it sounds like the portal is in the closet where the scratch marks are.
She's
So
very Angela is very spiritual.
I would I would demand that portal be closed and let them know that they are not welcome.
She has videos up of her house. She does investigations in her house. She
Wow.
does.
Are you online?
Yes, she is.
I'll
Sacramento
look you
Paranormal.
I'll look you up and sub you. I haven't got any of my um paranormal pics up. I've got my Sasquatch pictures up.
Oh, I like those.
And old sack paranormal investigations. Nope.
Colleen! Hello!
I can't find it here.
We have a special guest, Big Bird.
Hi, Banshee. Oh
Oh
wow,
no, they're coming after me.
that's scary when your grandkids are stronger than you are. I know when I was 12, I was we had gone to a friend's house on Saturday, and there was a cute boy there, and I had a little crush on him. And oh, thank you. Then we went to the same house again on Sunday, and this cute boy was also there again on Sunday. And on Monday, I find three boys, two of which were at this house on the Saturday and Sunday, are now on Monday jumping into this cliff of sand. And I stopped and told them if they didn't quit doing what they were doing, they were going to die. Now, this was on the way to school. Now, remember, I'm 12. By the time I get home from lunch, I found out that two of those three boys had died in the sand. And that's when I started building a
Wow.
wall around the craziness. Like I used to tell my sister to tie me to the bed because I told her I was going flying out the window and killing people. Now, why I was saying such a thing, I have no clue. But I was adamant that I was somehow flying through that window and going around killing people.
Oh, yeah. Sacramento Angie, she goes by, we go by Sacramento Paranormal Investigators.
Okay, that's why I didn't find it.
Yeah.
All right,
I forgot about the investigators.
we'll relook
I
it.
want to thank everybody that's here. Please ding my bell and share me out. Private chat. Uh-oh. Okay.
All I get is Old Sac Paranormal Investigations.
Huh? Old Sac? That ain't her.
Old Sacramento Paranormal Investigations.
That's another group. Just can you click on her name? There.
I
Okay,
tried.
there it is. Sacramento Paranormal 146. Try that.
Oh, here's her
She
link
just
right
her.
here.
Yeah, her link's in the chat. I was just gonna tell you.
No, that's the best way to do it. All
Who's
right,
coming to get me?
now we got it.
Angela, who's coming to get me? And she's laughing. Nobody better be coming to get me. I'll smack them.
Yeah. See, I did that with when I first moved into this apartment, spoke to
Okay.
any spirit that may be here because my building is over 200 years old.
Wow.
So I just went under the assumption that there may be something here. And I let them know that I live here now. Either we get along or you leave. So that's how I dealt with moving in here. I let them know that we are here together. If you want to be negative, then you're going to have to leave. And I never ever had any issues. Well, I knew
Happy
my
Easter,
brother.
Colleen.
I knew my brother was going to pass away the night before he did.
I have a cousin. No, her name's Colleen. Not you, Colleen, the other Colleen, my cousin. I always had a dream of her and my cousin Diane playing down by train tracks and those two getting hit by the train. This was when I was a small child, but it never happened.
Yeah, but see, sometimes we have waking thoughts and sleeping
Hmm.
thoughts. Like when I get
Right.
premonition, I'm awake. When I'm in dream state, they're just dreams. And I remember telling my girlfriend I had a dream about her getting murdered, and she literally freaked because she knew that I was funny. And I said to her, "But don't worry, I was sleeping. I would be more concerned if I had it while I was awake. But
Right.
I had it in my sleep. Don't worry about it. I'm not." And of course, it never
They
happened.
Angela comes into your stream. She has some very angry trolls after her. I had them in here in my stream last night.
Oh,
Not last night or the night before. One of those days.
angry trolls aren't fun, are they?
Nope. They just need to learn to leave us alone because we're trying to move on. Stalkers. That's what she calls them. Her stalkers.
Hmm. Some people can't.
Troll stalkers.
Oh, wow. 6 years offline as well.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
What have you got that they want?
The ones that are trolling us really bad. They say they're paranormal investigators, but they don't do any investigating. She smokes meth and pot and gets high.
Oh,
She's a
those.
pothead.
Do you know,
Yeah.
I've done live shows for 15 years with a lot of different paranormal type people. One in particular didn't believe in orbs, always claiming they were dust bunnies. Now, how can you be a paranormal investigator with a closed mind? You can't.
No, you can't.
And you can't put every puffball down as a dust bunny because dust
Hey, J
bunnies
Mac.
don't have direction. So one day I sent him a few pictures of a buddy of mine that's a Sasquatcher. And he was in the forest in a tent, camera set up on the outside, and there were all these great big orbs all around the tent, forest energies. And I sent him those pictures. And you know what he says? "Oh, they're just dust bunnies, bird." I said, "Excuse me, but where the hell do you get dust bunnies in a forest late at night?" And he was a paranormal investigator.
Dang it, I'm losing my chat. Stay. Okay, happy Easter, J Mac. Happy Easter, wifey.
Yes, happy Easter. Mm.
You're
Well,
late, baby daddy. I know she's late.
oh, there's Misfit Mafia Queen. That's you.
Hmm?
Oh no, that's from the other night.
It's Belinda.
Yep,
I'm Holy Cowgirl.
that's right. And J Mac just dropped in.
Mm-hmm. She's probably one of the lurkers, right along with Wifey.
Yes, orbs have direction.
Mm-hmm.
Dust bunnies just kind of float down.
Oh, you were here 3 minutes in, huh, young man?
Oh, sandbagging.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, tending to
Oh, he was
snakes.
listening. Tennis. Yeah, snakes. He has. They have three. Him and Emmy have three of them. Three ball pythons.
Oh, a buddy of mine used to breed snakes, and he had about 40 or 50 of them. And I went to visit him one night, and he opens the door and he says, "Be careful, one of the snakes is out." And his mom's in the living room watching TV like nothing's going down. And he's got ball pythons and all kinds of. I was scared shitless.
Angela's got blinking orbs in her home.
Blinking orbs. Yeah, I'm an old sea beer from the 60s. Wow, that's pretty cool. Blinking orbs.
Angela. She said sandbagging
Oh,
guess is
wow.
better than teabagging.
Oh, shh. Let's not get into the teabagging thing. But look at David S. comment. He's
I'm trying to.
seen a video from a live stream of an orb transforming into a full-bodied apparition of a woman in a dress.
In a dress.
Wow.
Hi, wifey.
Oh, early 80s for you. Yeah, I was on the CB in the 80s as well.
Oh, Colleen wants to know if you know of any black-eyed kids in Australia.
I'm not in Australia, but my best friend, her daughter was home from school, and she had three black eyed children knock on the door wanting to come in. Luckily, she shut the door because she's a little bit psychic as well, and she knew something wasn't right. And the funny thing about
Yeah.
that, we had just done a show the night before on Black Eyed Children with Chase Klowski. And then my girlfriend comes over the next day and tells me about these children that came to the door. And Jessica described them as having black eyes. And I'm in Peterborough.
I seen a video. The guy's over in UK. He doesn't like ravens. But he held his hand out in front of the headstone and he told one of the orbs to sit on his hand. Get on it, you know. That orb went right over there and sat on his hand. That was the neatest thing.
Oh, wow.
And I can't remember. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I can show some of my pictures here. Like I can just turn the camera off and show. Do I have a paranormal? Yeah, I've got my headstone picture on there. We were at the cemetery one evening and I got a big orb to the left of the headstone, another one at the bottom of the headstone, and you can't really see it in the picture, but to the very right peeking into the picture is a bright little red headstone or orb, pardon me. And we didn't see them. And I've got two pictures similar, and you could see in the second picture the motion of the orb moving because I caught the picture as the orb was moving.
Hmm.
And I've got that on my pictures here on StreamYard. So I can show you that picture if you like.
How do you share screen?
No, we don't have to. I'll just show you
Oh,
how I do it.
okay. All right.
Okay, stop camera. Um,
Are you calling?
okay. I guess it isn't on this one.
Ah,
Damn, damn. We'll put the UFO one up. Can you see that? I'm sorry, I don't. Let
okay.
me try it again. There's my UFO.
Huh.
Whoops.
Kind of
Can you
neat
see that
looking.
one? That's the big black triangle.
Hmm.
All right, we'll see if
I
I
thought
can.
it was a guy walking with an awful tiny
No,
head. Again, Angela, no, you're not allowed to get sick.
I don't know where my cemetery pictures are. Oh,
Oh,
here,
good.
here. Here's a really cool one. And I'll
Don't you
add
mean two
it.
black guys?
Can you see that one?
Yeah.
Okay, no, I don't see it. It's a girl sitting on a chair. Do you see it?
Yes, I see that.
Okay. Now, that my cousin called me to do an intervention on that girl. She was addicted
Hmm.
to all kinds of pills. Now,
Wow.
my cousin never ever called me before, ever. And how he knew to call me is beyond me. But anyway, he called me to do an intervention on this girl. I went over, couldn't find her. He calls me 45 minutes later. I told him I couldn't find her. And he said, well, she's in her room. I said, well, I'm sorry. I went all over that room and I didn't find her. And I want you to take a close look at that picture and what you see. I had her in my home from Friday till Sunday. She had slit both her wrists as well as her neck because her boyfriend wouldn't share the crack with her. And by the second day, I had her cured. Now, even though you can't see it, what's behind her, but look at her wrist. Do you see that white thing? Do you see the cloud of smoke
Yeah,
coming?
I see that.
Okay. That is the negative energy coming out of her. And above and behind her is a great big white light of
Wow.
positive energy ready to take over when that negative energy comes out. Now, I didn't see that when I took that picture. And she has
Hmm.
no cigarette in her hand, as you notice, if you can see
I
that.
can see that.
There is no cigarette.
I thought that's the first thing I was looking for. Where's the cigarette at?
And if you notice where it's coming from, her wrist, not her hand, where a cigarette would be. And if it was a cigarette, it would be out and up and head towards her head, but it's not. It's coming from her wrist to the left. And it's unfortunate you can't see that great big huge white light that's directly behind her. And it's right
I
here.
can see, I can see a little bit of it
It's right in
between
that
her
corner.
coat. Yeah, between that coat and that brown thing.
Yeah.
That looks bright. It's a crack there. It looks awful bright, like a bright light right there.
Mm, no, 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 not there. It's above and behind her head and above the hutch.
Oh, okay. We can barely see it here.
Mm, unfortunately. But that was after an intervention.
Mm.
And to this day, she is off all those drugs. And this was probably 15 years ago.
Wow.
So
I
that, my
I
friends,
quit.
is what negative energy looks like coming out of the body.
I slowed down on my drinking. I haven't had a beer in since I want to say about 7, 8 years, something like that. Now I have like one every once in a while.
I'm not a big drinker. I was always a bartender, so I got to see people on the other side of the fence. I'm doing good, Edward. Thank you for asking.
Edward Talker.
Oh, Jack says somebody speaks in tongues.
Mm-hmm. Keep reading. He gets gross.
Yeah, those. Yeah, the paranormal is a pretty strange thing, and I figured out something that took me years to understand and comprehend. You know how people say they see um, the spirit, energy, or ghost of somebody, and somebody else will say they are the reincarnate of the person that these other people are claiming to see. I finally figured out that both can be true. We can leave our energy in our favorite spots and in our most negative spots. And that's why people can see your energy there. But someone
Hmm.
else can claim they are the person that you are claiming to see. And that's why you see spirit
Okay,
energy
colleague.
at a church, outside playing, or somewhere in the house because they were their favorite spots. So that's where you're going to find their energy is in their favorite spots. And if energy wants to come forward, it will. And if it don't like you, no matter how hard you yell and scream or how many Ouija boards or whatever you pull out, they're not going to come forward. It's just like the person trying to reading or a tarot card. If that message isn't for you, then you're not going to get it. Oh, we got Edward the trash talker.
Mm-hmm. He's a real nice guy.
All right. Do you hide him or show him?
He's funny though. He is a real comedian.
Mhm. Yeah, and that smell-o-vision thing this afternoon, watching that video of the woman, all I could smell coming through the computer was cheap
Mm,
Kmart perfume. And it reeked. I almost got sick.
wow.
That's how strong it came through on the computer. And that's not the first time I've done that. A friend of mine and I came home from the bar one night when I had a
Mm-hmm.
TV and we turned it on and there was, I think it was Fright Night, and there was a scary movie on. And just as we sat down with our cup of tea and our sidekicks, the movie shows these people opening a door heading to the basement. And I immediately turned to my friend and said, "Whoa, does that ever smell dank down there?" And I no sooner got the words out of my mouth, and one of the actors looks up at the person behind him and says, "Whoa, doesn't it smell dank down here?" My exact words that I had just used. And I could smell that dank. I could smell the orange when somebody opened it on TV.
Hey
How many
Kenneth,
people?
thank
How
you.
how many people can do that? Smell things on
I
TV.
I can smell things when I walk in my. I could be sitting here and smelling perfume or an odor or something.
Thank you, Edward.
Thank you, Edward. Edward's a sweetheart.
Yeah, but I heard he's a trash talker.
He is a trash talker. He throw. You gotta watch him throw out the trash. You gotta go to. You gotta go to his channel and watch him throw out trash. I love it.
I hope he mumbles and grumbles the whole way there.
And Kenneth's a Kentucky fan. He's a great person. He does some paranormal streaming.
Well, that's what I did for a long time.
Thank you, Edward. She's telling us about experience she had in the with paranormal. She has stories of herself about herself.
I've
That's
had
good. You're doing good.
I've had UFOs appear 30 feet above my head.
Oh my.
Um, that was interesting. And that was right when I did my very first live show. I was the co host and had this experience. And our show was about UFOs. And the host was a Texas MUFON director.
I was there when you were told about Crystal Roberts. I was there. She got arrested 3 days ago through a McDonald's drive-through.
Arrested for what?
I think it's bringing out .45 revolver.
Oh, wow.
She's got quite a bit of felony charges.
Wow. That's a real brave person.
Off the rails. That's crazy. Yeah, you gotta see him throw out the trash. Yeah. First time I seen it, I'm like, what the hell is he doing?
Yeah, I can show you a piece of the silver service. That's
I wish
got,
I had stuff like that, but I have nowhere to put anything.
and that's
My house is. I live in a trailer.
so. I used to live in a trailer. It was a double wide,
But
mind.
I don't have no. I gotta get shelves put up on these walls and stuff so I can get stuff out. I have stuff I that's packed away before I moved to the park.
Look at, I'm totally black now
You're
behind.
supposed to have a wrench, Edward. You don't have a wrench. Shame on
Oh,
you.
I got light again behind me. I don't know why it does that.
Hmm.
Why the lights dimmer off and on behind me all the
Do they
time.
do that all the time? Do they do it all the time?
I've done many a live show, and it was the people in chat that noticed.
Huh? Is
And
it
they,
loose?
no, they asked me if I
Oh,
was
okay.
flickering the lights or something, and I said, no, why? Well, you're going dark and light.
I Edward, I just said you were crazy. That's it. But you're a sweetheart. All right, you're welcome. You're blue too, Big Bird.
I seen that.
Yeah, I turned you blue. You've been here a couple times.
Yep, I'm still light, which is good.
Okay, I'm gonna take the puppy out, and I'll be right back.
All right. Oh, I
Okay?
know.
You hold the fort down.
I will. I will. Yeah, I have many stories. Hello, Kenneth from Kentucky.
All right.
Being a sensitive isn't always fun, as those in here know.
Huh.
It's just something that we have to deal with. And it certainly takes our energy. I've been to celebration of life for a friend of ours who was dying of cancer, and we had a big party for him. And a lot of people that came were also dying of cancer. And because I'm a sensitive, I noticed a lot of them were taking my energy. And by midnight, I had to go home because I had no energy left. It was pretty crazy. And of course, once I got home and away from what was happening, I got my energy back again. but it was pretty crazy, and I could feel my energy draining as the night wore on, and I kept trying to contain it, but there was so many people that were needing it that it was like a feeding trough, or I felt like I was a feeding trough, and my body and my spirit couldn't take any more, so I had to leave because I was down to probably maybe 25% energy left. So I knew it was time to depart. I've saved friends. We were going to a party one night, and a friend of ours come along and asked us if we could pick up her new boyfriend, of which neither of us had met. So we drive her out, and 20 minutes later, we're still waiting for her to come back to the car. So I said to my friend, "Did you see which way she went?" She said, "No." So I got out of the car and I said, "Well,
Oh,
my guides will tell me." And sure enough, my guide not only directed me to the correct door, but there was this new boyfriend with his back to the door, with a big butcher knife in his hand, threatening to kill my friend. So I had to wait until he got exactly where I needed him to be. And I'd already opened the door just enough that it was open, but not enough to show it was open. And as soon as he got to where I needed him to be, my guides and I, on the count of three, kicked that door, and it hit him square in the back. And he flew. And they came out that door, I don't know, about a minute later, hand in hand, acting like nothing happened.
good night, Edward.
Good night, Edward.
I
So
just
she
did a I just did a live investigation of the Eagles Hotel and Amos Judson's house. One of the first settlers over in Waterford, Pennsylvania. That whole town is haunted.
wow.
They
I've
have
never
three forts. They have three forts in there. Um, First fort was LaBeouf, Fort LaBeouf. The second fort built was Fort LaBeouf. So I think they burnt that one down. And the last one they built was named Waterford, Fort Waterford. So, and George Washington traveled from Delaware to Waterford to kick out the British or the French, one of the two, whatever his side is.
well, he would be British.
Yeah, they kicked out the French because the French didn't belong there.
And see, my ancestors, the French side, came here in 1653.
Wow. I'd like to do a family thing on me, but it costs too much to do one.
Well, do you know what to do? Do what I did. They did a 1 month free trial.
Yeah.
And as bullshit has it, um, unfortunately, on my second week into the free trial, this girl contacts me and she tells me information about my family tree.
Hmm.
So I immediately think she's a relation. So I get excited, thinking, wow, I found a family member here. But she wasn't a family member. She was somebody that had a year membership and was willing to help me out for free because she had that free membership. But unfortunately, like I said, it was either into the end of the second week or the beginning of the third week, which meant I only had a week and a bit of free time
I was
left. But
my father
she did
worked.
she did get me information.
Hmm. My father worked in a shop in Erie, and this guy just moved over here from Poland. He kept staring at my dad, staring at him. Finally walked over to my dad. He goes, "Are you a Woteki?" He goes, "Yes, I am." He goes, "Over in Poland, you guys are royalty. We're from around the Warsaw area. I know that much."
Oh wow. See, I know my French side
Wow.
is from Vendresse Bon. My Italian side's from Valforte, Italy. But
Hmm.
I don't know where in Scotland my grandfather was from. He came in
Oh.
the late, the early 1900s. My Italian side came in the late 1800s. They were the first Italians here where I live.
Oh, okay.
So we got the respect, you know what I mean? Because we were the
Mm-hmm.
first wops here. And I didn't find that out until I was engaged to an Italian, and they didn't believe I was Italian. They thought I was just saying that because I was dating an Italian. And then my uncle came out to visit us one day, and his mom just happened to come down from Stouffville to visit. And my uncle and her got to chatting. And of course, he's all excited because he's getting to speak Italian. Because, like I said, we were the first Sicilian Italians here, and everybody else that were now coming were Calabresi and Debruzzi and everything else. So he kept to himself. So when all of his family passed away, he had nobody else to speak Italian to. And then he met my fiance, so he got to speak Italian, and then he met his mom. And through his mom and him speaking, I found out that we're from Valforte, Italy. And his mom and my uncle both knew the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker,
Hmm.
which was pretty cool finding that stuff out.
My boyfriend related to the King Charles' wife, Camilla.
Oh, wow.
They're 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 cousins.
I don't know as I'd admit that.
I know, but it's kind of surprising. He has a cousin. He has an artist in his family too. He's from Germany. His family is from Germany. Germany and I think Sweden. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
it's
his
amazing
mom's Sweden.
what. And my grandmother on my French side is Métis. She's supposedly French Mohawk.
Mm.
That is a hush hush subject because
I I'm I'm Blackfoot Indian.
Yeah, see, we're Mohawk. And nobody on my dad's side admits that their mother was Métis. My grandmother's
Hmm.
side admitted, yes, we are Métis, although nobody can produce any pictures,
Oh.
right? But they do
Hmm.
claim they're Métis. And I remember my grandfather, when I was little, I remember him saying, um, we're pure French. But your grandmother, she's questionable, though. And then, of course, when we did the family tree, and I realized the bone side had been here since 1653, we have to have some other nationalities in us besides just French,
Right.
right? Because we know we don't just marry, if you're Polish, you don't just marry a Polish person anymore,
Mm-mm.
right?
Right.
You don't stay within your own community.
Not
You
anymore.
marry, no, you marry whatever attracts your heart and your spirit
Hmm.
for that minute.
That's true.
And we marry every nationality. And you figure back in the day, men and women also did that, married out of love, not nationality.
And these people that pick their husbands for their daughters, I don't believe in that.
Well, the Polish do that. My best friend was
Hmm.
Polish, and her younger brother was betrothed to a Polish girl in Poland that he had never met. Now, my girlfriend didn't fall for that. She chose not to go that route. But her
Right.
brother, her younger brother did. And it totally baffled me that he would allow somebody to control his marriage like that or his choice.
Yeah.
And I don't think they lasted long. But then again, how can you when you don't know the person?
Right.
Just because they're Polish doesn't mean you're compatible. It just means you both can speak Polish and you can yell at each other in Polish. And if you're out in the community, only you and her are going to understand what you're arguing about.
My
Unless
one
there's,
cat, my one cat's name's Krook. It's the Polish word for raven.
I said,
My,
ja kocham ciebie to a Polish fellow one time. Do you know what that means?
no.
It means I love you in Polish.
Mm.
Okay, ja kocham ciebie. Well, I said it to this Polish fellow one time, and he thought I was serious.
Ah.
And I was just showing the Polish words that I had learned as a kid,
Hmm.
right? But he took it to think that I loved him. And I'd only just met him 2 seconds ago. And I see the look on his face and right away backtracked, right? Like, sir, it's okay. I'm not after your body or nothing like that. I'm just telling you the words that I learned as a kid. But I don't
Mm.
know if he believed me or not because he heard me, jumped into his truck, and drove away.
I only learned bad words.
Oh, see, I never learned any bad words. Well, I did.
Not
Um,
not in that language.
Duja
In other
Pichka.
languages.
Do you know what Duja Pichka is?
Mm-mm.
That's a big female part.
Oh,
Duja Noge. That's big
that's
head.
big head.
Yeah, Duja is big. You see, I remembered all my Polish and being French, listening to French all my life, right? My grandparents
Mm-hmm.
spoke broken English. My grandmother um, maybe spoke 30 words in English. So when she talked to you, you deciphered the French words by the English words she said.
Mm.
And that's how I understood what she was saying by the French word, by the English she threw in.
I think chat went dead.
Yeah, where did they go?
They all left. Edward went to bed. Um, Dave. I know David's still here. Blinda's still here. Angela left. She probably went to bed.
Well, it is 3:08 in the morning.
Yeah.
At least that's what time it is here.
Yeah, it's that time here too.
And I've got my birds sleeping beside me.
Your bird.
Birds,
Oh, birds.
yes. I
Oh,
have a
you
little,
and Colleen will get along with birds.
I have a,
Colleen, Colleen has like 20 birds.
how many?
20.
Oh, wow. I've had up to 12.
What kind of birds you got?
I've got a baby um, conure.
Okay.
I've got a cockatiel. He's
Yeah.
19 and a half, almost 20. I've got a little budgie, Miss Molly. She's
Oh my.
18. And I've got two other budgies, Miss Kate and Sir Will. They're about 7. But my new little
Hmm.
bird is, like I said, just turned or will be turning 5 months soon.
Oh, him just a baby.
He is just a baby. But he's like Gladys Kravitz. He's that nosy neighbor. You know, he's got to follow you everywhere, see what you're doing. Even in the bathroom, he's on my head. And last week I took a shower for the first time with him being free out of the cage.
Oh.
And
Oh,
I
is
was
he out of the cage now?
no, he's in bed sleeping.
Oh.
They get covered at 8 o'clock.
David and Wifey are here. That's what I figured.
Well, it says
David
poor.
doesn't leave me till I say goodbye. We got about 15 minutes and I'm going to head out of here.
Good man, David.
I went to bed, but I couldn't get warm. If I can't be warm, I can't get to sleep. I had to come out and turn the furnace on.
I'm the same
Usually
way.
about this usually about this time my furnace stays off, but I had to turn it back on. It was way too cold in that bedroom.
Yeah, I can't sleep if I'm cold.
Nope.
And when you're a cancer baby, you're used to that heat.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't have to,
Multitasking.
yeah, we need the
It is
heat.
doing multitasking. Yep. It's a little chilly in here yet, but I don't want to turn that furnace up anymore.
Yeah, with the cost of heat.
Yeah, my electric bill was out of this world. Water bill's
And
out of this. I got a water leak someplace. I gotta find out where it's at.
I just paid my hydro bill, and you would be a little bit pissed. My hydro bill was $46.92.
I wish I had it.
Yeah, I
I
can
paid
imagine.
almost 200. I paid almost
Oh,
200.
wow.
The regular bill is over 300. I get $92 knocked off it. Then I gotta pay the rest.
Wow. That's a lot of
It
money.
was it was like 92 something, and all of a sudden, whoa, something's wrong here.
And that was Biden's present to you.
Yeah, Biden's gonna get something present. He's got.
Yep.
We only got a year, not even a year left.
Well, unless something goes down.
Kennedy, John F. Kennedy, he's Junior is running for president. I don't know about Donald Trump. He's in too much trouble. I
No,
hear
he's got,
Biden's in trouble too.
yeah, but see, Trump's charges are all bullshit, and they
Yeah,
know it. So the only reason they charged him was because he was going to run again, and that
yeah,
pissed him off. So they scurried, thinking they had all these criminal offenses, when in fact they had nothing. And what they're doing
There's,
is trying to rig an election,
yeah,
because if I am running and you know it, and you don't want me winning, you're going to do everything possible to make sure that I not only can't run, but cannot win, aren't you?
right,
Which means
right.
you are rigging the election.
Hmm. Well,
And
I think if
when you
John
look
F.
at
Kennedy
them,
does, he's supposed to make the announcement Thursday. I don't know if he did or not, but
hmm,
he's gonna run. He's gonna kick Trump and Biden right out of office. They
well,
won't
I
get it.
don't know about that. Trump's got too many people behind
Followers,
him, and a lot
followers,
of the
yeah,
leftists are now waking up and realizing who is for America and who is
it's
for
not.
destroying it.
It's, yeah, they're there for themselves.
Yep. Hmm. And my predictions um, go skin deep. I've had uh, um, predictions on 9/11 and other things that I can't talk about online because it would get you shut down instant.
Right.
And
We don't want to do that.
when I get predictions, they are fact. Like this COVID thing, I was showing right from the get go what was going on, and not one other person besides myself has ever gone where I started. Not one.
Right.
Not one says, hey, let's look at it from the beginning. The same with January 6th, the same with George Floyd. Let's start all these stories at the beginning and forget fake news lies. You turn whatever they tell you around to get the real story. And if you don't do that,
Oh,
then you
you're
have
right,
to.
Jack. I'm sorry. It's Robert. It's Robert Kennedy that's running. Robert Kennedy Jr. He's the one that's running. That's right.
Yeah, but see, the one they think is dead isn't. The one Hillary tried to kill, and then they claimed that he was on coke, and that's why the plane crashed. Well, what they didn't tell you was he went through three different planes. And I think the third one, they sent up a dummy because he realized what was happening. They were trying to kill him. So he went undercover because it was him and Hillary at that time. And I can't remember who the third one was, but Hillary knew she had no hope in hell
Hmm.
if he was running.
I love
And
you, Jack.
and if you remember, his body was cremated before anybody had a chance to do anything. And then he
Hmm.
was given a what? An army burial? He wasn't in the army.
Who is this?
Or a veteran's burial? Kennedy.
Oh yeah.
His his body was cremated immediately. The family didn't even get a chance to do anything with the body.
Hmm.
And did they cremate the body? Why?
But the bodies were recovered, right? Yeah.
Well, that's all speculation. See, that's what the government is telling you. So, do they know he's still alive? We don't know. But there is speculation that he realized what was happening. And then, of course, if you remember, they tried to say that he was on coke. And that's why he crashed the plane when, of course, in fact, he was never on coke whilst driving that helicopter, or at least not on that day. But they had to muddy the waters. Hey, Banshee, yep, we're still up.
Who's awake yet? Yeah, it was weird. Yeah.
And if you noticed
Nothing better to do.
at some of Trump's rallies,
Yeah.
there were two people sitting close and behind him that looked suspiciously like Kennedy and his wife.
Hmm.
And that's why I say you have to look at the whole picture all the time and not just parts thereof. Because that's where the truth lies, at the beginning of the story, not the middle, not the end. It lies at the beginning. And we all know the one with the biggest money and the loudest voice.
It's the winner.
Mm-hmm. And if you keep repeating that same lie over and over and over again, like Nancy Pelosi says, you tell
Oh,
a
I hate
lie.
that woman. I hate that woman.
Oh my God. Yes, but here's her famous quote: if you tell a lie and somebody repeats it, then it becomes truth.
Hmm. I can't stand that woman.
Oh, you and me both. Skank from hell. She set up January 6th. She paid Antifa and all the others. She paid Ashley Babbitt to play dead. The video was on Facebook of Babbitt sitting up laughing after her daughter yelled, "Cut," and it was immediately removed when they realized it was incriminating evidence.
Who's Elon?
Elon Musk,
Who's he?
he's, he's the one that bought Twitter, and
Oh, okay.
he's the one ratting out all the loony leftists, how they censored anybody going against Fauci's claim of science, making sure it was all one sided and only his side and nobody else's
Hmm.
side.
I know the guy that started Cash App. He died. He was only 43 years old.
Yep, you figure how many people died not from the hoax flu,
Mm-hmm.
it was from his vaccine poisons. And Cuomo's didn't die from the flu, they died of neglect.
Oh, you're off your phone now. You're having an off day.
Alien bits and pieces.
Yeah, I just treated my hands. I got a new engagement ring.
Oh, let's see it.
Mm, it's heart
Oh,
shaped, blue and white, blue and diamond stones. Well, I can't think of the name of it.
nice. They're
Let's
sapphires.
see. Yeah, sapphire. Um, 4 months to go. I'm buying his ring next month,
I
and then we
make
go get our marriage license in June.
I make what I call some pretty cool bombonieres. You
What
know,
are
the gifts,
those?
they're the gifts you give to your wedding guests.
I might sound stupid.
Well, they're the gifts you give to your wedding guests.
Beautiful
And
markers, your eyes.
here's one
Oh,
of them. I don't know if you can see that.
yeah, I can see it.
They're painted eggs.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
trying to, it's hard to do it.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, there's one. I'll just show you. Here's another one.
Oh, I like that
And
one. Over
they're
the other
all
way.
they're all different.
Oh, I like them. One of a
So
kind.
Yes, so each guest gets a different. Oops,
Oh, okay. The other way. Right there.
I'm
Oh,
trying.
wow. I know I had that problem too.
And it's got
Okay.
a little diamond on the top of it.
That's pretty.
And then there's this one.
Hmm. The other way. Right there.
Oh,
Okay. I can see it. Up a little. Up more. Okay. Right there. Oh, neat.
hmm.
You can hardly see that one.
Yeah, because of the coloring. And then there's this one. And these are just the four I have around me.
Hmm.
And they'd make awesome wedding gifts or bombonières because each
What kind
one's
of eggs
different.
do you use? You just buy the eggs?
Yeah, and I blow them out.
Oh, okay.
And and then I hand do them.
Hmm.
And then I put on stands, so they're a little more expensive. And then others I don't know if you noticed, but some of them I put on. I'll show it upside down.
Go over the other way. Yeah.
Jeez.
Right there.
Yeah, see, and that's just a Pepsi pop top.
Huh. Huh. Oh, okay. Colleen wants to know if that a Jewish religious belief.
Is thank you, Banshee. I've got some whole whack of really nice ones. Yeah, and they're called bombonières in Italian. Well, wedding gifts for your guests are called bombonières. And if you go to an Italian wedding, it's usually something metallic with white candies wrapped in the wedding type netting.
Yeah.
But um, a bomboniera can be virtually anything. You know what I mean? For your guests, if you're going to have bombonieras for your guests, depending on how many guests you're having, and of course, how much you want to spend, right? But I just started making them and thought they'd make really cool bombonieras for a wedding because they're collectible, and even the men like them.
Yeah, I'll be getting my new box of crystals here shortly. We
It's just,
got stubby holders.
ouch.
Okay.
What are stubby holders?
I didn't want to ask.
Well, I'm going to go there.
Colleen, Colleen, what are stubby holders?
Condoms? That's a stubby holder, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what After Dark's for. Everything
Yeah.
goes.
Oh, He's they're not telling us.
She will. Can coolers with the bride and groom's names on them. Yeah,
Oh,
her daughter just got married, and one of the
oh,
gifts was a can holder.
well, that's different.
I don't know where my stubby holder is. I got one that says "Better the Bone."
And what did you pay for them, and how many did you buy?
Well, they were just gifts from the bride and groom.
Yes, I know, but how much did the bride and groom spend?
I don't know. Lots of money. I like it how we all countries have different names for things.
Yeah. Well, now you know what they're actually called, bombonieres.
Mm,
And you can look it up online. And when you type in bombonieres, it'll show you the different bombonieres that are sold on the market. No, the Italians go crazy. I was at
yeah.
an Italian wedding one time, and it was a 7-course meal.
Oh my.
Yeah, and the bombonieres were probably at least $15 each. There was maybe 200 guests.
Hmm.
That was a lot of money.
Right, David.
Well, surprisingly, I didn't see a whole lot of drunks at the wedding, surprisingly. Not as much as I've seen at, say, a Canadian wedding. Like, hell, I went to a wedding one time for friends of mine, and I think before the dinner even started, they had smashed the beautiful silver um, chalices her mom had brought for the bride and groom. They had destroyed them before the wedding. The groom was threatening to kill the bride after the dinner. The bartender was
Hmm.
kicking out the best man. You know what I mean? And I never seen that at the Italian wedding. And trust me, yeah, they do drink.
I bet you they do.
Yeah, there is a hell of a lot of food. Like when you walked in, it was one great big area, and there was, I'd say, maybe 10 tables filled with every kind of appetizer, dessert you could possibly think of was there.
Hmm.
And that was while waiting for the dinner. And then, of course, the drinks were all free. You paid for no alcohol because it's an Italian wedding. True Italian wedding. And everything was a wet, dry, wet, dry. And if you're in a real posh restaurant, that's how things are served. They start with a wet, then a dry, then a wet, then a dry, then a wet, and a dry and a wet.
It is bad. Bad, bad. Ouch. All right, everyone. I gotta get off here.
And there goes my lights to dark again.
Oh no. Boy, is it going dark.
See it flashing?
Yeah.
It went.
Who's
There
playing with the lights?
Nobody is. Stop it. My lights aren't flashing in the ceiling.
There it goes.
Because while it's doing that, my lights are fine here. Nothing is flashing. My lights aren't.
Good night, Colleen. I love you. Good
Good
night,
night.
wifey. I love you. Good night, David.
See the lights back up
Night,
again.
J Mac.
I don't know what it is, but yeah, it's time to get off. It's
It
3:30.
was nice to meet you, Big Bird.
Yes, nice to chat with you.
All right. Much love, everyone. Take
All
care.
right.
Stay
Peace out,
safe.
everybody.